Are you ready for life-changing experience? The wind that's needed in your own soul. You blow life into your future. The step that you are taking right now, the XYZ to get there. Are you ready for life-changing experience? You are the author, the wind that's needed in your own soul. With the help of the master author and the finisher of your faith, you can accomplish the step that you are taking. You are right from ABC to XYZ. Are you ready to get there? Are you ready? It's all in your to XYZ. Are you ready to get there? Are you ready? And the wiring is within. You are naturally talented. You have all of the ingredients to be the best version of you that you can be. You have it. You to determination is all yours. Nothing is wiring is within. You sell yourself to yourself to believe because you're building a greater. You have all of the ingredients. I'm so proud of you, sis, for showing up today to be the best part of yours. You to determination is all yours. Nothing is wiring is within. You sell yourself to believe because you're building a greater. You have all right ingredients. I'm so proud of you, sis. Is showing up today to be the better part of motivate and inspire you. Within you, my sister, you have all of the opportunity today to be able to make the rest of your life a different story. You are the author. You are the wind that blows into yourself. No more procrastination. You stand on the idea. My sister, I will. You have all of the opportunity today to be able to because I showed up for myself a different story. You are the author. I put determination that blows into yourself now. No more procrastination. You stand on the idea. My sister, I will. You have all of the opportunity for the today because I showed up for myself a different story. That's going to transpire in your life. You have the wind that blows to show yourself. No more procrastination. You stand on the idea right now. I will. You have all of the opportunity for the today. Because it's your myself and it's your freedom. I need you to believe that belongs to your soul. You need to show up for ABC. Right now, I will. You have all of the opportunity for the today. Because it's your myself and it's your freedom. I need you to believe that belongs to your soul. You need to show up for ABC.
All righty. I don't know why we're having the back feed. Every night it's been something, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to be really, really encouraged. Try to get rid of whatever is going on in that back feed. Thank you. I don't know why that was doing that. I apologize for that. Every night it's been something, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to be really encouraged. Try to get rid of whatever is going on in that back feed. Thank you. I don't know why that was doing that. I apologize for that. I think I know why, because I am. There we go. I apologize for that. Sorry. We're going to get started now. Every night something, but that is quite okay. I am encouraged and excited about what we're about to get into tonight. Tonight is probably my favorite night of all of them, because if you're anything like me, you will understand kind of like what was going on with not being able to get things done. And so that's what we're really going to get into. Give me 1 second. I am pulling up everything for you and I am ready to roll. Yes, we're ready to rock and roll. All righty. I hope everybody had a great week this week. I know, when you have a lot going on, it's absolutely, a lot. And so this week was very trying for me. I had several things that was going on that I was working simultaneously. And so I quite, like I say, understand what is absolutely going on. And you might still hear a little bit of a backfeed because I'm playing the YouTube. I'm watching it. But I put it on silent, so I don't know why. Okay, there we go. All righty. So like I said, this probably was a difficult week. But what is really, really great is that, hey, we made it to the end of the week. Thank God it is Friday. So as I said, we are going to share and get started. Are you all ready? Okay, I had a little bit of a lag, so I'm waiting for just a second for it to catch up. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I let it go. I'm gonna open it back up in just 1 more second. Hold on. But while I was saying that, I said it's been a trying week and everything, but hey, we made it till Friday. We got a lot of great things going on. And again, this is gonna be the best day. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so this is day number 5, and this is precise precision. Yeah, let me get me some water for this one. This is literally the bomb.com day. You can write that down. Today is the bomb.com day. So again, we went through all of the days. We did 7 layers deep. Then day number 2, we did bullseye. Day number 3, climbing the ladder easily. And yesterday we talked about the smart path and talked about SMART goals. Today is precise precision. So today we're going to talk about that secret sauce and how measuring what you planned and executed is so very, very important. And so on day number 1, we were talking about purpose. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been doing a lot of talking today. And I am, my throat is a little bit chapped. So purpose, your purpose is just amazing, right? You have a sword, which is your purpose. And so how do you know how to use that sword and what is that sword used for? Well, here it goes. It's going to be all about the pain that you feel and the problem that you solve. See, everybody is assigned to a person or a group of people. A lot of times we want to say we're assigned to the world. We're not assigned to the world. We are assigned to a specific group of people. Okay. This thing is echoing and it is driving me crazy. I do not know how to take the echo off. All right. So our pain will help determine our purpose. So whose pain do you feel? For me, it's women that are struggling, that are going through, that are having difficulties, especially those women that have had disappointing setbacks, and especially in their career. Now, I can talk to. Now, when I first started, it was women who were hurting, who had gone through trauma from just personal trauma. And then I added on to the career trauma. And we can talk about that on another day. But whoever's pain you feel, that's where you're going to be drawn to work. Okay. And so that's going to help you determine your problem that you need to solve. See if that helps. Yes. Okay. All right. So we talked about the first day that we were going to get into 3 areas. So we wanted to hit the targets of what was our career or our business aspirations, what were our social or relational aspirations, and then what were our lifestyle aspirations. When you know that, you can clearly go where you want to go. And so again, I can't stress this enough. Written goals with accountability will position you to have a 76% chance of success. And then think about it. You put grit and you put hard work in there, and voila, you got 100% success rate. Okay. So do not forget that. If you have goals written down and you're missing the accountability piece, you're missing the big piece. Okay. And so I just want to start you off so you can see this. This is one of my images for my vision board for this year. And so every year I use different images, and this one is it. So you need to see it before you see it. So what are your visuals? What are your actual goals that you want? And then what are the images that you're planning in your brain, right? And so this is somebody else's. This is actually something I clipped off of the internet, and I imposed myself here, 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 okay? And so find something that you can see it before you see it. See how massive that audience is? I want audiences like that. Not particular because I just want the people, but remember, I told you my word last year was transform, transformation. So if I'm going to be a transformative agent for God, then that means I'm going to be positioned in front of people. Okay. And this actually goes with my vision that God showed me 20 years ago, that I was going to be on the stage in front of thousands of thousands. Now, I told you all I'm a minister. And so I preached to hundreds of hundreds, right? Well, no, I would say I almost been in front of a crowd of 1,000 speaking, but I never have done thousands of thousands. Okay. Not at one time. And so I want to start implanting that image in my head, right? So see it before you see it. So again, tonight, I told you we're going to do the secret sauce. So Hidden Valley Ranch is not going to be the only people who have secret sauce. We got a secret sauce. And our secret sauce is the Prioritized Precision Scorecard. Okay, the Prioritized Precision Scorecard. We're going to talk about that in depth. Just want you to see that image. We're going to score. We're going to prioritize what we're scoring, and we're going to hit precision. Why? Because we're trying to fulfill our 10-year goal. But we got to be able to do it by our day goal right now, our monthly goal right now, our quarterly goal right now. Our yearly goal right now is going to get us 10 years out. But remember, we spent day number 3 going backwards and starting at the 10-year mark, and working our way up to right now. Okay, so we're going to spend time today talking more about right now. So I gave you an example SMART goal. Remember yesterday I told you we were going to drill down into that more. So yesterday was the SMART path. So when you're on the SMART path, you need to do it. You need to make it happen. And so how are you going to make it happen? Well, putting yourself and making yourself accountable. And so the example that I have here, I changed a few things, but this was basically my goal for this year, 2021, as I was developing my book, Powerful, Growing You and Unlock Your Purpose. All right, so oh, that's why it's doing that. All right, guys, hold on 1 minute. I was trying to figure out why, and it's doing that because I have a Zoom window open. That's why it's doing that. Okay, can you hear me now? There we go. So it's doing that back because I'm on Zoom. Okay, and I was looking at it on YouTube to make sure it went on YouTube. All right, so the back feed is not driving me crazy anymore. Apologize for that. So our SMART goal, as I said, this was actually my SMART goal for 2021 for my quarter 2. So this was my quarter 2 goal that went in to getting me into quarter number 3, which I published this book in quarter 3. Okay. And so if you look at your SMART goals are going to go with your big bodacious goal. So my big bodacious goal was, my 10-year goal was, is rather, to run one of the finest professional learning organizations in the country. And on top of that, I wanted to be a multi-million-dollar organization, right? And so if that is my goal, my big giant goal, then my 5-year goal has to get me there. So my 5-year goal is to have a team of consultants working. So I want partners in my business. I don't want this to be me all by myself. And so I will have a team of people. Right now it's me, but in 5 years, it's not going to be me. In 5 years, it's going to be a team of people, and we're going to be teaching other people about self-efficacy and how to literally passionately live in your fulfilled purpose. Okay. And so if that's my 5-year mark that leads into my 10-year mark, then my right now is I am going to do something. And so what it was for this year was to help get it together. Because remember, if I'm going to have a professional development or professional learning organization, we got to have some curriculum. We have to have some content. And so I started it off with my book first, which is now led into a workbook that will be out next month. And then from there, you know, I do have modules. I do have a membership group that people can be on. And so all of these different pieces lead into the other things. I do team training. And so I work with organizations and corporations, particularly nonprofit educational institutions, to help them with their teaming when it comes, again, to professional learning. Well, there's pieces in this book that can help with that. And so the book is the foundation to help me with the other stuff. So the other stuff will scaffold, if you will. And so again, that the book is going to help with that. So SMART goals would be, I'm going to publish my book, Powerful, Growing You and Unlock Your Purpose, right? And so that's my specific goal. So remember the S, we want to be very, very specific. So I'm very, very specific with it, right? And then, hold on, I have somebody texting me. I'm gonna try to keep on talking while I'm, if I can. do it like this. Yes. There we go. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't do two things at the same time. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So that's my specific. So then I want to make sure it's measurable. And so in order for me to make sure that I get the goal accomplished, and this is a trick, I do have a publishing company. So I do help other authors publish their books, right? So in order to do this, a really, really quick trick is to do pre-orders. So I knew I might disappoint myself at times. Ain't that crazy? But I won't disappoint other people. So I had to make sure that I wasn't going to do that. And so my trick was to get a group, go through the book, give different snippets and let them give input. And then a trick number 2 is to pre-sale. And you can even pre-sale before you finish the book. Because when you pre-sale, you're definitely going to do the book and finish the book because you got clients waiting on the other end. And so that's a little trick for self-publishing. Well, I ain't gonna say that because big publishers do it too. They pre-sale before the book comes out. And so I wanted to pre-sale at least 30 books, which I did that, as well as I wanted to make sure that I was completing a chapter a week, okay? And so 1 week, I'll be honest with you, got behind, but I was able to catch back up on the other end because I had laid out so much structure and so much time for myself. Now, I'll be honest with you, it was delayed a couple of weeks because I did have some family emergencies. But because, again, I had put all of those other pieces, everything else was coming together. The editing was just delayed a little bit. Okay, so you're giving yourself that time and you're doing all of that. And so if you work that out, it will really work for you. And then the A is, okay, is this goal something that you know that you're going to be able to do? So yes, I said I will write 7 chapters using previous content that I had. And so I use content from my podcast. I use content from, I had started writing a book, remember, in 1999. And so I used my women's information that I had been doing, right? And so I had been using all of that. So I had a lot of content that I'd already had. And so is this achievable? Yes, my goal was achievable because I already had 75% of the content. But all I had to do was put it together, rearrange it, and change it around. Because again, I was already doing consulting work. I was already doing coaching work. So I was already doing the work. So I just had to pull it from the different areas and then put it together. Okay. So that made my goal definitely achievable. And then the R is for, is it relevant? Okay. So, and I remember I told you yesterday, I like to put in there, is it the other R? Is it risky? Okay. Is it risky? Because you want to have that in there too. So don't just do stuff that's just status quo. So if you can see on the screen, it says the book will be used to support the consultation sessions and my workshops and curriculum to help clients be more successful. So that's how I made it relevant. This right here is the foundation to so many other things that I'm doing. All right, because it tells 7 power pillars. And they're really good power pillars. They could be used in corporate world. They could be used in nonprofit organizations. It could be used in religious institutions. It could be used in schools. These 7 principles, an average Joe Blow can use it. Mom can use it. A student can use it. It goes all across. So this is the foundation for myself, even though right now my clients are women. But this book is written, anybody can pick this book up and read it and get something out of it and literally do some changes, okay? And then the last one is time bound. And so I gave myself the deadline to have the book ready by the end of May so that it could go to print and release in June. Well, as I told you, I was a couple weeks late. It actually released in the first week of July, which wasn't too far off and too bad, but got it out there. Okay. So that's an example SMART goal. And so you asked about that. Some people asked me about that. And so I wanted to make sure I talked about that tonight. Okay. All right, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of what we came here for tonight. And remember, I told you the secret sauce. This is the piece that I absolutely, absolutely love. So the scorecard. So on the scorecard, you're going to literally write out. And so this is just one page. Let me go back and tell you this. This is one page. This is your weekly tactics. But actually, you need to identify your yearly tactics and then breaking them down in quarters. And here's what I mean by that. So one of my big major goals, remember I told you, was my content and my curriculum. And so as I had that as, that's my big, gigantic year goal. Well, I had to chunk that out in each quarter. Okay. So each quarter I was working on individual things to get me to the big picture of what I wanted to have. And so what I said last year was I was going to have at least one course and again, a membership. And so I worked that out. So each quarter I had smaller chunks that I did and worked on. Then in the quarter, you're going to break that quarter down into weekly tactics or weekly tasks, or on here, I like to call them purposeful actions. Okay. So you're going to have purposeful actions that you're going to do on a quarterly basis, on a weekly basis, and then you're going to do them on a daily basis. Okay. But you're going to work out that year, chunk it down to the quarter, and then you'll figure out how you're going to do them weekly. Okay. And so in a quarter, you have 12 weeks. Sometimes you have 13 weeks. So if you have that extra week, that's really gravy, because then you got extra time to be able to do some things. So what are your actions that you're going to do to get your quarterly goals done? That's that prioritized precision. So you're prioritizing the things that you need to do. Okay. And then on here, you might list your resources. What people do you need? What materials do you need? If it's you, then you can leave it blank. Don't worry about it. But if you have to go with other people, then you're going to write that down. Why are you writing that down? Because you're forcing yourself to see how much you're going to need for that particular week. Okay. Remember, I said you're going to do the big tactics, but then you're going to take those big tactics and break them down. How am I going to do them weekly? Some stuff you'll do multiple weeks. Some stuff might take you 1 week and you're done and it's off of your action items. Okay. On it, you're going to list every week. So you do this, you pre-plan. Okay. Now, I was pre-planning a week in advance. And then I got really good for quarter 4. And I pre-planned out 4 weeks at a time. And then actually this time I did, I went out 6 weeks. I planned out 6 weeks. And then what I had to do was go back and rearrange them. But I had them all written out. And then I could put them on this sheet each week. And then if I needed to move things around, I could. But I had at least planned out what I was going to do week by week by week by week by week. Okay. But it took some time to be able to get into that motion, to be able to see what works really, really well for you. And for me, it took me some time to do it. You know why? Because remember, I told you I'm a disc consultant. And so that D, the I, the S, and the C, my eye likes to move all over. My eye likes to go everywhere. And sometimes my eye does not focus. Okay. And so this is the thing that helps make me focus. This is the thing that keeps me accountable. And so on this same sheet, to help keep you accountable, you're going to put a completion date. So when I said when the start date and the complete date, that is for that week. So what day will you start it that week? And what day will you end it? Because some of the things that you might write down on your weekly tactics, your purposeful actions, is you might have to do that stuff multiple days. But if it's something that you just do one day, then your start date, your complete date is going to be the same thing. You're going to hold yourself accountable. And then when you've done it, then you're going to check the done box. And then here's what happens, what makes this the secret sauce. At the bottom of the page, I put on there so you can actually count up your costs. You can count up your rewards, right? So you're going to put the number of actions that you wrote down. So for instance, mine for this past week, I had 20 different actions that I needed to complete for this week, right? So out of 20, if I finish 10, shame on me. That's only 50%. And that's okay if I have that. And I'll be honest with you, at the beginning when I started doing this, I was not getting a whole lot done. And then what I figured out is, okay, Bridget, I'm either trying to be overachieving or I'm not grinding enough. And I'll be honest with you, it was a mixture of both. It was a mixture of both at times. And so that's why I have on here, how did I score? Should I celebrate this week or can I adjust my actions? So should you adjust your actions or can you celebrate? And so the goal is to get, if you see right here, the goal is to get at least 85% or greater. Because when you start doing that, you're going to start seeing the success. You're going to start repeating that, replicating that. You're going to start thriving for that. You're going to want that, okay? Because you've been doing it and you've been so successful. So you're going to keep that success going. Remember, I told you about those tiny habits. So the more you keep doing it, the more that dopamine effect kicks in, okay? And so again, back over here, how you going to figure out, did you get your goal or not? You're going to do the number of actions written divided by the number of actions completed. Okay. So remember I said that 10 out of 20. So that's only 50%. Didn't get it. Okay. Let's say I got 10 items and I complete 8. That's great. But I needed to complete at least 9 to hit above 85%. Okay. And so then you're going to put your percent, and then you can actually chart this out too as well. You could put a chart if you're a visual person and you're very competitive and you like to see, then compete with yourself and you can do all of that. All right. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but I want to, we'll come back to that because I have a special bonus for you as it relates to that. And so I hope that makes sense. All right. So for some reason, I'm going to go over here, I'm sorry, to my phone because I'm knocked out of my YouTube. I mean, not my YouTube. I can't see. So I want to see if anybody chatted. Okay. So if you have any questions, if you're on YouTube and you have any questions, put your questions in the comment section. Put your questions in the chat. If you have any questions about this, you're going to use this page. This is the secret sauce. Most people don't do this. Remember, I told you I spent almost 20 years as a school administrator.
My apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
Okay, now my Apple Watch wants to talk. Sorry about that. I wasn't talking to you. That's why you couldn't hear what I said, Siri. You got to laugh sometimes, especially when you work by yourself. You talk to your Apple Watch, you talk to yourself. But anyways, I spent almost 30 years in education, and almost all of those years, I was on a school improvement team at some point. We had to do this kind of stuff. And then we had to check ourselves to see if we did what we said we were going to do. So I'm going to ask you that. Do you do what you say you're going to do? If you don't, voila. Here is a great way for you to be able to have that. This is a great cheat sheet. Okay. So there's some other sheets that go with this too that you can use. This one you can use and get it done. But you can do, again, your quarterly sheet and write all of that out. And then you can do a tracking sheet. And so that's what we did. I had my teachers track the students' progress. And so we started looking, and at my schools that my staff did that, we started seeing higher performance right away. You know why? Because they planned for it. They expected what they expected. They tracked it. They pivoted when they needed to pivot, and then went back at it again. And we started seeing some really, really great rewards. And so this is the same concept. If students can do this, because I even taught students how to track their progress on a weekly basis so that they can start seeing and then growing and doing better. And actually, my first school, we had kids do this. And It worked. Do you hear me? It worked because the students became very, very motivated. And so this will help motivate you. It motivates me. It helps me get stuff done. Because remember, I used to be a master procrastinator, but I got delivered. All right. Because remember, one of my favorite sayings now, I told you it's right there on my board. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God is going to give you another chance, another opportunity. We don't know that. So use your 24 hours greatly. Okay. All righty. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, you can put them in the comments, you can put them in YouTube. We're going to move on. All right, so this sheet right here, I love it, I love it, I love it. So again, you have SMART goals that's going to help you with your tactics, and then you need some type of accountability. Now, as I said yesterday, it can be me. It doesn't have to be me. But you do need to get a coach. Now, I have been saying get an accountability partner, and you do need to have accountability partners. I've said get you a mentor. I've said get you a thought partner. You need to get other people to throw stuff off of, right? But you need a coach, really, if you want to move and you want to move fast. And it doesn't have to be me. Now, I put my face up there. I don't have to be your accountability person, but you need to get an accountability person. And when you invest in yourself with someone, guess what? You start getting greater results. Last year, to help me get through this, to do this, to get my membership going, to get my whole full, my consulting business, like really, really running, I paid for 3 coaches. Yes, not 1, 3 coaches. My husband is in the other room. He can vibe for it because he was like, when are you? But I had to get him to understand it's an investment. It's an investment. I want to have a multi-million-dollar professional development organization within the next 10 years. Well, if I'm going to have that within the next 10 years, guess what? I got to do some investing. You know, the word of God says, you reap what you sow. So you got to sow something. And so it doesn't have to be me, but it needs to be somebody that you are working with that's going to get you there. And this is one of my favorite quotes. It's actually quoted in the book, in the chapter on priorities. If you want to have precision, you want to have priorities, this might be something you want to write down. It is pretty hard for the Lord to guide you if you haven't made up your mind which way you want to go. So the SMART goal sheet will help you in the way that you want to go. And in the workbook, again, hopefully everybody has the workbook. It was sent to you if you registered through the Zoom link on the landing page, XYZ challenge. Okay, so if you registered through that way, some of you are watching right now on YouTube. Some of you are going to be watching it on the She Wrote a Miro channel. But if you did not register, this is sent to you automatically when you register. So make sure you register. You still have time to register. Even though today is the last day, the videos are not coming down until Sunday. So you still have time to watch them. You still have time to get the workbook. And so the workbook is really, really juicy because it has 3 sheets in there. So you can do your 3 goals. And the reason why I did the 3 sheets, because you want to narrow it down. You don't want to do a whole lot of stuff. Now, I got a lot of stuff on my vision board, but it all goes together. It's not just a whole lot of stuff in isolation. It literally goes together. Over here are things that deal with my business, my consulting, my exponential edge adventures. The middle had to do with my book. And guess what? Got it done after procrastinating for 20 plus years. And then my conference, did it. It was beautiful. That's what other people say to me. And so was able to kick all of that off. But I concentrated on 3 buckets this year. 3 things. So what are your 3 major SMART goals? And then from there, you're going to break those down and do quarterly tactics. And then you're going to do weekly tactics. And then your weekly tactics, you're going to put on that sheet when you're going to start, when you're going to complete it, then that becomes your daily agendas. So now you're not all over the place. You know everything you have to do on that particular day. So that's going to help you. If that makes sense to you, in the chat, put 7. If you're on YouTube, put a 7 for me. If you're on Facebook, put a 7 for me. And then let me know. Let me know if this is making sense. Let me know if this is making sense to you. All right. Okay, so our call to action for tonight is to complete page 21 in the workbook. And so that is the page that you see right there. So that is the actual prioritized precision scorecard. So you're going to complete it, but you had to have done at least one of your SMART goals. So yesterday you had to do the SMART goal. So do one SMART goal and then do this, and you can start right now. You don't have to wait until January. You can, if this is what you're doing, you're trying to get yourself ready for January, you can. And so if that's the case, then do this sheet as if it was for the first week of January. So you can do the sheet for this week, or you can do the sheet for a week in the future, but plan it out. What are those things you're going to have to do week by week by week by week? And you're going to, again, look at all the quarterly stuff done first. Okay. And then share your experience. How it's been this week. How has the XYZ challenge helped you? Has it motivated you? Has it given you the umph to, let's keep on going. Let's do some really, really great things. Okay. So whatever your experience has been this week, put that in the Facebook group for me. I would love to hear and see. And plus it inspires other people, because other people, some people again have been in and out. We've had people that's been on live, and then some people haven't been on live. They've been watching it later on. And so you can go in and encourage somebody. So just encourage somebody. And then here's what the piece that I was saying that I was going to tell you about later is that I'm going to do a bonus on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Sunday coming up, I'm going to do a scoring session. Okay. Sunday scoring session. And actually, I'm really thinking I might be doing, I'll see how many people are up for it. People are really up for it for the entire month of December. Each Sunday, I will come in at 8 p.m. and we'll do these sheets together. And we'll walk through how do you get your week set up so that you can get the things that you need to get accomplished. So for free, for 4 weeks, I will be your accountability partner to help you get the things done that you need to get done, because I want to see more people writing books. I want to see more people living out their fulfilled life. I want to see more people speaking on stages, if that's what you want to do. I want to see more people, again, helping in the community. I want to see more people changing the lives of other people, however that is, whatever that goal is for you. And it starts with us, as we just said. I'm going to actually go back to that one. Madam C.J. Walker said it. If you don't know which way you want to go, how is the Lord going to help you? Okay. So it starts with that. So what do you want to do so that the Lord can help you? But you got to be able to be in action mode in those tactics. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. And so, y'all know this has been my saying. I have my shirt on today. This is another one of the shirts. So we do have merch that's going to be launching in January, along with, again, my membership group called Bridget. But this shirt, I will. I don't know how much of it you can see because I'm off now. Let me see. Oh, I tried to move back a little bit. There we go. So that's the shirt. This is the long sleeve version. I wore the short sleeve yesterday, and I wore one of them on Monday. All right. And so you can say, I can, I will, I do. I did. So I want to share this with you all. This is my revenue wheel. This came out of, again, one of my coaches. So one of my coaches taught me how to do this. Actually, 2 of my coaches taught me how to do this. One of them said it in a different way. And then one of them actually did this wheel and gave a template for this wheel. And then I designed my own. So this is not how she had her set up, but this is what I did. Now, this is the part that I want to share with you. Podcasts going on. Conference, check, did it. Teleseminars, this is one of them. Check, did it. An anthology with 12 other women writing their stories of hope. Check, did it. Powerful, my book. Check, did it. Right here, has to do with my consulting business and everything. So this training, yep, doing it. I'm teaching about relational capacity. I'm working with some organizations right now doing that. What's new is this picture with these women. And so now I am honing in and doing some separate stuff for women in particular. So this is in the works. My up here at the top, my Bridget, that hasn't launched yet. It is again in the process. It's starting next month and it really launching in January. So it's in beta mode. And if you understand what beta mode is, it's kind of like a sample thing, right? My point that I wanted to make is, my speaking. So I'm speaking, but I'm not speaking on bigger platforms. And so that's in the works. And so if you can see here, I have a picture. This is actually a notebook cover that I made for my program that I was in with Lisa Nichols. So I was in Ignite. It's a speaking program, paid her for coaching, right? I made that picture of me. I was actually speaking somewhere and I pulled that out and I started writing stuff down. On my notebook cover, it's under here. I want to show it to you and we're going to wrap up. Sorry, because your time is very important. So on my notebook cover, I wrote all the places I want to speak. And I said, I want to speak at some HBCUs, AARP, because I'm an AARP member. I'm like, okay, I want to be on one of their platforms. I want to speak with the Black school educators. I want to speak for United Way. I want to speak for Chick-fil-A because I believe in what Chick-fil-A do. I love Chick-fil-A. So I got all of these things, right? That I wrote all these speaking. And then I put an image of Eric Thomas, Dr. Eric Thomas. I wanted to speak on his platform. And guess what? Within a month of doing this, I spoke on his platform. So I want you all to understand, write the vision, make it plain so you can run with it. This revenue wheel has really changed. And if you see down at the bottom, I updated this because this was my last year one. And then I put all the images. So out of all of those pictures that I have on there, all the pictures except for 2 are done. 2 are in progress, but all the other ones are done. Why? Because I set out strategically and did my visions. I did my SMART goals. I did my tactics every week. And now no more procrastinating. Okay? No more procrastinating. End of story. I did it. So I went from I do to I did. So I want you to go to I did. All right. So if you're interested in being a part of getting more information, the freebies that I have, the best way to get those is to join my text group, my texting community. If you text right now, 810-321-5365, you can join my tribe. You don't have to do anything. There's no payment for that. And all I do is send out different things that are going on, especially when I'm doing some of the free stuff, because I want to bless people. I really, really want to bless people. And so sign up for that text messaging if you have not done so already. And then here's a juicy piece that I'm going to be doing next month in December. So for a cost of $40, I'm having a vision board party. So going to help people do the vision board. So you won't, I'm not supplying the vision board. You supply the vision, the actual board, but I'm going to send you the resources to help you on them. I'm going to, because when you sign up, I will find out what kind of things you want. You'll be sent electronic images so that you can put on your thing. I'm going to help you again with the ideas of putting it together. Again, you're going to get some materials. And remember, I told you I have the workbook to this book coming out. That workbook is this XYZ challenge book on steroids. So it's coming out in December. So it won't be out before the vision board party, but if you sign up for it, I'm going to send you free that workbook. Okay, so that's no cost. That's a part of that. And so we'll go deeper in the vision board party on some of this other stuff. So it's 4 hours, very, very intense amount of time doing some really, really great things. And then the other thing, again, many people have come in and this has been a free experience. But if you want to go a little bit deeper than the free experience, again, I have a membership called Bridget, and it's a monthly membership. It's only $29 for the first month. And then after that, the price is a little bit different. It's $99 a month. But what you get is everything that is on here. Mastermind coaching. We're going to be doing group strategy sessions, weekly meetings, teleseminars like this, but just specifically for that group. You have access to all of the replays. You'll have a subscription of things coming to you every month. In addition, you have access to be able to tap into me and to email different things, questions that you have, all of that stuff. And so again, even discounts in some of the events that we have, like really good discounts for all of that. And I'll tell you, that's great because just a coaching session alone costs more than that. So this is something that you're going to get monthly support and things going on multiple times a week. And so if you want to bridge your present to your future, I would love for you to join me in that. And so you can go directly to my website, bridgetbrownjackson.com, and you can sign up there. All right, so we're at the end because we are a few minutes over and I want to respect people's time. I am checking the chats. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. And I'm going to come off so I can check also. Yes, on YouTube, see if anybody on YouTube. Okay, checking Shiro to Miro. Y'all see me looking at it, look like I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm not. I am looking at my monitor that's up there. All right. Okay. So I don't see any questions for tonight, and that's okay. If you don't have any questions, you definitely can put those questions in the Facebook group. If you have any of those, this has been an absolute pleasure. As I said before, if you are interested in learning more about the scoring, because that's the secret sauce, like literally think about it. I really want you to tell me. Think about it, and again, put it in chat, put it in the Facebook group if you know of people that are actually scoring themselves, that have their goals out, and then they're keeping themselves accountable and tracking it. So that's the piece that is the secret sauce. So my first boss, when I was, well, he was my boss's boss. So my first boss's boss, when I became a principal, he was a Harvard grad, had done some amazing, amazing things, right? I loved him. I absolutely loved him. And one of the things that he would say to us all the time as we were trying to, again, get better student performance, our goal was our students really being able to be prosperous. And so he would say all the time, in God, I trust, everyone else bring data. And so that's what this is for you. It's bringing the data to help you figure out. Because when you start doing this, then you'll start seeing, am I using my time wisely? Am I not grinding like I need to do? Or am I trying to do too much? It's going to be one or the other, right? And so start looking at that, and then you can start, again, maximizing your time, your effort, your energy, so that you could be the most passionate, purposeful person on the planet doing what God has called you to do. All righty. So if we don't have any questions, we're going to close out in prayer. Father, I praise you right now for your goodness, your kindness, and your mercy. I thank you for this week, for this XYZ. I thank you for giving me this idea, God. Lord, I praise you right now, and I know that you're able to do all things. And so I thank you right now for speaking to that sister. I thank you right now for speaking, oh God, Lord, into their life like never, ever before. The things that couldn't get accomplished, Lord, I praise you right now for the wisdom to be able to do them. I praise you right now because you, oh God, you get all the glory and all the
the honor out of our life. So we praise you right now. And with our hands, with our mind, with our mouth, oh God, Lord, we give you back all of our talents, God. We thank you right now for your talents, God. We thank you right now for your treasure right now. We thank you for your time, and we use it, oh God, to the upbuilding of your kingdom. And so we ask that you would just continue to bless and touch us, keep us together. Help us, oh God, Lord, to find the people that you have prepared to be in our life, for those to pour into us and for those for us to pour into. We praise you right now, and we ask all of these blessings in the matchless name of Jesus. Amen and amen. Amen. Woo, I feel it. I feel it. This has been wonderful. I hate that it is ending, but it's not, because you can watch the recordings over and over again. God bless you. I hope you got something out of it. Again, you can share with a friend, invite them into Shiro Miro so that you can be blessed even more. God bless.